Hi, welcome to Bari-Nation, where we support the bariatric community with humor, humility, and honesty.
You've just tuned into a podcast that welcomes you into a community, a resource center, and a safe place that powers your journey towards personal wellness.
Our goal is you leave us today feeling hopeful, inspired, and ready to live your best bariatric life. Hi, Bari-Nation. It's Natalie. A lot of you guys have been asking April, Jason, and I how you can help support Bari-Nation, the podcast, and the support community. Up until now, we haven't really had a thought as to how you could support us. That's why we created the 2025 Drive to Thrive campaign. This way, you can donate all through 2025 as much as you would like or as little as you would like to help us financially run the Bari-Nation support community and the Bari-Nation podcast. You can go to BariNationPodcast.com today to donate.
Hey, Bari-Nation, it's April. It's just going to be me today. I'm going to share a little bit with you about what has been going on with my health. I think this is a story of the importance of remaining persistent, the very important role that our intuition has to play in our health, and the frustrations that can continue to present themselves in our lives as we move through this bariatric journey. So let me give you a little backstory. Before bariatric surgery, my husband and I were not preventing pregnancy. And we had tried many times and was never able to carry a child to term. And I was told that my excess weight was to blame for that. Even though I had low hormone levels, they weren't freakishly low. But I was just told that excess weight was what was causing that. And eat less, move more. Okay, did that, tried everything under the sun. Then when I made the decision to have bariatric surgery, we were hopeful that we would, be able to carry a child to term. And I want to be very clear. Some people on this planet are absolutely drawn to be parents. My parents are those type of people. Maybe you're that type of person. I think my husband is that type of person. I'm not. I don't have this deep calling to be a parent. But if we would have gotten there, I would have gotten there. And I did think we were there many times, especially one time. So after bariatric surgery, lost a ton of weight, and we conceived several times. And they never really got past the 2-month mark. I would be pregnant, at-home pregnancy test, go to the doctor, confirm pregnant, and then, a couple weeks later, not pregnant anymore. Then we got pregnant again, and I made it past 12 weeks, and everything was rock and rolling. Everything was going great. We told our family, told our friends, this appeared to happen. And then at 20 weeks, I miscarried at work. And it was devastating. As I know, if you have female body parts, you've probably been through something similar. So I know I'm not alone in this. And at that appointment and the follow-up appointment, they ran my hormones again. And they said, it's low, but rapid weight loss really messes with your hormones and things will be fine. Things never were fine. And we were never able to carry a child to term. 8 weeks ago, I started noticing some really weird things happening with me. And even my husband pointed out, he was very concerned about my memory loss. I was just doing really weird things. I was having a very difficult time just remembering something that happened that day or long ago. My skin started to look really weird. It was almost like it detached from the fascia. I don't know how else to explain that. It just looked weird. My nails got huge ridges in them. Totally weird. Eyesight, vision, just everything. Everything felt not good. really started to experience night sweats. And I just knew, okay, this must be the beginning of perimenopause. And I had kind of been keeping my head in the sand when it came to women's health. I hadn't had a great track record. I had felt like my body betrayed me. And I just decided to neglect that part of my health. That's on me. I shouldn't have done that. But after being told for 20 years that I was either too fat or I had lost too much weight too rapidly to conceive, I had just kind of given up on that. So made an appointment of my local women's health center, went in, had my blood drawn. And the next day I got 8 MyChart notifications and 8 prescription notifications. Before I could even talk to my doctor, I read my lab results and I had no detectable levels of hormones. None. She couldn't definitively diagnose me as postmenopausal, but that was what it was looking at. She thankfully dug a little bit deeper. She grabbed my records from my old doctors, my old bariatric surgeon, consulted an obesity medicine specialist that she works with in her system, and let me know that when I went into surgery, I was probably menopausal, and that the symptoms of menopause were overshadowed by the effects of bariatric surgery and rapid weight loss. So as my body was going through menopause, I was also going through rapid weight loss. And I wasn't able to discern one from the other. She even went as far as to say that I probably should have been on hormone replacement therapy when I was starting my bariatric journey, and that it would have aided perhaps in a lot of things along the way. But because my excess weight was always blamed on the health issues I was experiencing, and rapid weight loss was blamed on the health issues I was experiencing, I didn't get the care that I should have gotten. As you can imagine, this has been extremely difficult for me. I have never felt like I belonged in my body. I've never really felt like a woman. And for my entire life, my weight has negatively impacted who I am. And it's impacted the type of treatment that I've received. So there's a lot of anger. There's a lot of frustration. I want somebody else to pay for this. I'm tired of being the one that always has to pay for the consequences when it comes to these types of issues. But the only one who will pay is me. And because I am so close with people in this community, because I have BariNation to tap into, the support groups, the experts there, I've been able to kind of work through a lot of these things that I'm feeling. It's still extremely challenging, and it is deeply painful. I did not think I would be 43 years old, postmenopausal, and on 6 different hormonal medications and 2 other medications. I think I will be fine, but I didn't think I would be going through this now. And I certainly didn't think that my life's trajectory would be so radically altered by what I see as a lack of care on a lot of different levels. So as you can imagine, it's been a really rough 2 months. And on top of that, I also found out that my insurance is no longer covering anti-obesity medication. So since I've lost access, I have regained 20 pounds. My inflammation markers through blood work are through the roof. Everything is puffy. I think I might have my sleep apnea creeping back in. And I am extremely frustrated at that. And I don't actually have any further bariatric care. No revision, no anti-obesity, nothing. So I am just a little bit of a ball of rage right now. And it's frustrating. But what I'm leaning into right now is, the disease of obesity is not only isolating, but it's lifelong and chronic. And so many facets of this disease are out of my control, as is menopause. It's out of my control. But what is in my control is how I choose to react and respond to these things, how I choose to treat them, and how I choose to talk about them. So I am trying to embrace the Stoic philosophy of amor fati, lover of fate. This is my fate. How can I move through this in a kind and positive way for myself? How can I hold space for the rage and anger and sadness while simultaneously moving forward with my life? How can I work with my care team now to understand what's happening and onboard the best treatment for me? I'm attending so many groups in Bari-Nation. And I think what makes it so incredibly special for me now is not only are the people who are a part of that community bariatric patients, but they're women just like me who have gone through or are going through or are about to go through what I'm going through on the female side of things. And to be able to have such deep and rich conversations about this stage of life has truly been life-giving. If you are not a part of something like that, I encourage you to join. This journey is not designed to be done alone. It can't be done alone. Without the support of that community, I do know where I would be. Right back where I was before surgery. I'm not there now, and I won't be, ever. This regain is scary. Menopause, postmenopause is scary too. But I have a safe place that I can turn into every single day to help shine some light when these moments of my life seem very dark. So this is a little bit about me. You're going to be hearing me talk about what I'm going through. We'll talk about it more on the podcast because it's a part of my journey, as I know it's a part of many of your journeys. But I just thought it was important to kind of give a little window into the importance of advocating for ourselves, the importance of making that appointment, getting those test results, and getting our head out of the sand, facing whatever's going to come our way square. Thank you for supporting me, being a part of my journey, and being a part of Bari-Nation. I appreciate you. That wraps up another empowering episode of the Bari-Nation podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, keep the conversation going by joining the Bari-Nation membership community, where you can attend live support events, access on-demand resources, and find a caring community.
Join us at barination.mn.co. If you found this podcast valuable, help us produce it by becoming a $5 monthly supporter at BariNationPodcast.com.
And just remember, at the end of the day, you've got this, we've got you, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.